lot of places that I've worked in, the physical demands and the physical properties of the institution means that an incoming artist has to make work in a certain way. Here at the Shed, the building is adaptable to what artists might want to make. I think here in this cultural capital of New York, it's really important that there are places that can support both emerging artists and established artists to develop their practice. The power of the Shed is that it is a commissioning center, so we start with an artist and their idea, and we support them to make that idea a reality. It's a production zone, and I've never really come across a center that equally explores the work of performing artists, visual artists, and pop artists, where they all have parity. So there's a kind of a democratization of arts, both in terms of which artists you work with and also the audiences that you welcome. So we hope that the Shed is for everyone.
I would say that museums and galleries are trying to catch up with the challenge of presenting emerging technologies within an artistic or gallery context or show context, and are working on the conservation side to make sure that these works are maintained and protected, but also are building up the technological expertise within their teams of engineers and programmers who can work with artists and can learn a large range of languages. As a critic, I think it is important always to ask questions about why a tool is made, why a piece of work is framed the way it is, whether it's a piece of art or a technological tool, why we use it, how it's used, and the intent that has been made and put into the design of it. These are essential critical questions in an approach to any kind of object. And I think a lot of people feel disconnected from technology. And so the more that we can spread critical questions and critical questioning and open up dialogue around technology, which I think these artists create the space around their works for everybody who comes in to be able to do, is going to be truly important in the future as people are organized at scale through technological systems. Everyone should have a say. Everyone should have an understanding of how we can collectively organize and how to talk about these tools.
You know, I think the so-called arts and creative arts are as creative as the most imaginative scientists. I mean, it's about imagining something that might not be there, whether the materials are physics or paint.
I think it's really been a challenge to move from being a critic who usually has a very specific lens on technology and technological design into a curatorial role here, where the job is not to over-explain, it's to give space to visitors and to give them space to have debate and dialogue and see how it's relevant to their lives.
I would love the Shed to become a place that people come to who are curious about what's happening now and what might be informing ideas in the future, to see new works and to imagine new ways of expressing ourselves.
Hyundai Motor, connecting art and technology.